Welcome to Creatively Exposed, a podcast and safe space for Black and marginalized creatives to empower, educate, and uplift you through the final product of self and creation. Bring a homie, share with a homie, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to Creatively Exposed. And today's vibe is pink light. I don't know if y'all remember, but I did get new bulbs for where I'd be recording, which is somewhere in my home. So, yes, it's been a minute. Life has been lifing, for reals. And so, lost of, just like how they say on Getting Grown, the test, the trial, the tribulations. And so I know I've discussed stillness like millions and millions of times. Well, not really, but I've discussed stillness a lot. And I'm back to figuring what that is for me. I'm back to envisioning my dream life, what success is defined as, and I've been having issues with this. When the world was on pause during the pandemic that has not ended, but however, when people were really taking it seriously, it forced a lot of people to be still. And I think there was no choice to do so. Versus now, there have been some things that I have manifested in ways I didn't know it would manifest, but here we are. And it's different when the wheel of society, capitalism, right? We gotta go to work, we gotta make money, etc., are turning for a lot of people, right? For the people around me. But it has stopped for me, in its own way, right? To be still based on an honest and sincere desire just has a whole different mode of operandi, like a different energy completely. And it's hard for me, right? It's been hard to get out of the feeling that work has to be hard. Excuse me, I'm definitely going to be sipping from my tea. It is a toasty sleep tea, so just in case, I'm sorry ahead of time. But when time will pass anyway, right? And it's feeling the need to, I have to work hard at these things in order to feel accomplished, feel like you're making a difference, what have you. And that's not what I asked for. That is not what I've aimed to do. If I'm off the wheel, why am I creating my own, right? And it's hard to live the life that you're envisioning at the present moment. And that's for me, right? I say it's, generally, but I've been struggling around it, and I've, discussed it in therapy. And the unlearning of work needing to not feel like play is tough. To think that, I'm living my dreams, right? And it feels like play, like it's not hard enough. And that's especially true as creatives, because when you say, I'm an artist, I'm a painter, I'm a writer, I am a spoken word artist, most times people are like, I could do that. And many people have the capacity to do so. Everyone has the capacity to be creative with whatever interests them. However, to be intentionally creating art and living a lifestyle as a creative, as a business owner, is not seen as hard work, especially when it comes to creatives, right? Because being a business owner, a lot of people place deference to those that are self-employed. But really thinking and working on thinking differently around value is where I'm at. Intuitively moving through, and I think also adding intuitively and intentionally moving through the day. It takes time. I was working on I need a routine, and I need ritualizing my life, and I got to do, what can I do to make these things consistent? And it's so dope because discussing in therapy, we came to the notion, because it's never just me, we came to the notion that literally observing ourselves, where do we feel our most elevated, excited, ready to create, right? And then starting to make that a special time intentionally placed apart to create. I tend to place a lot of shoulds because it feels like just existing is a waste of time, and that's wild, right? But it just feels like, what did you do today? And even as I speak, the tone changes. And so the biggest thing, I guess, is it's eclipse season. Tuesday, we're having a lunar eclipse in Taurus. It's Scorpio season, it's underworld season, right? And then Mars is retrograde, so it's kind of you feel like push go, but then maybe you don't go. And so it's still a retrograde, right? In the planet of making shit happen, shooting your shot, moving the body, releasing frustrations, anger. It's the planet that rules the head. Is it the planet? Or is it Aries? Aries rules the head. Find ways to channel your energetic passion and audaciousness without needing to start something new, right? It's basically keep that same energy with the things that you've said you wanted to do, which I'll give some updates on what I hope to make happen, right? But eclipse season and Scorpio season, it's literally letting shit die around, like, and adding that Gemini situation is like, whatever doesn't feel clear, feel your way through, right? And whatever you've been wanting to do, go and work on it. Versus the like self-imposter syndrome, the am I good enough, the I don't have this to make this, limitations and bullshit that either gatekeeping has made us believe is this limited resource, as well as just like all of the societal bullshit that creators, especially us Black folks, indigenous folks, marginalized folks, Black and brown folks get told, right? Of like, you gotta be XYZ to get all the way the fuck over here. And it's just like, not necessarily. And so if there is something that needs to be left behind and never looked at again, something that is, needing to be 6 feet under, it's the bullshit that prevents us from being the dopest at whatever we want to be and exist as, even if that is just being yourself. Being dope as fuck and living the romance that is our lives. Because, we're living in hell. Like, to keep it 100, the world is burning. So, like, why be a martyr? Why not do the best fucking thing you can, and it's believe in the dreams that you have been given from the Most High, whatever that is to you, right? Powers that be, our ancestors, like, this is where stillness really gives us the ability to know, learn, and download, right? Receive the message of what we're here to do. How dare we question our capacity for that? Because I don't dream what you dream, right? Like, what you aspire, desire, or want to just exist in is not the same as me. It can be similar, but not to the exact thing. Why say we are unworthy of that? Why stop ourselves or be stopped from making the world a more beautiful place by just being dope? And a lot of times, especially when there's, this feeling of not being good enough, a lot of times the people that you see doing the shit feel the same exact way. Oh, this person looks like they have it all figured out. No, the fuck they don't. They may just have access. They may just have been doing the work and was able to align in that moment to get where they're going. But it doesn't mean that there's no self-doubt, that there aren't moments that they're like, what if somebody finds out I ain't meant to be here? I think Maya Angelou said that. Dr. Maya Angelou, waiting to be found out that she don't belong there. That's wild. That's crazy. And so, allow moments sense of being fully present, of being still, of doing the things you've always wanted to do, especially when there is some downtime. Like, I think of like South Park, like, whose authority, right? Like, respect my authority, but like, whose fucking authority is it to have us live in these boxed in lives? It's our own authority. And therefore, respect your authority in your life. As far as you can go, one step at a time. So those are just my, my stream of consciousness. And I plan to work on chapbooks. I want to work on the audio version of Soliloquy of an Ice Queen. If you are new here, or I just haven't mentioned it in a long ass time, I have a full-length poetry collection called Soliloquy of an Ice Queen. It is multilingual, fantasy, epic-ish poetry, and it has a theme. Next week, what I'll do is I have an interview that I'll post a snippet just like the last week, so that way you can check out the rest of the episode, because there I'm discussing the book and all of those good things. And it is basically going through the phases of heartbreak, right? Like the ugly, the bitter, the etc., like, and maybe hope. And so I'm working on the second installment, but that's gonna take its time because there's some living to do, some dating to do, maybe, experiencing some different emotions and feelings in order to give a little more, or lack of dating, because it's a little ghetto out here. And so I have a story too. I have a short story, so let's see what all I'm gonna do. I hope by next year I have some chapbooks for y'all, which a chapbook is a short book. I've seen that it can be up to like 40 pages. 48 the most I've seen. And so short in between books. And so those are all my projects, but I'm also living in between. Listening to my body more and connecting back to it. And so I don't have a routine. I'm feeling my way through it, because now that I am in a different space, I'm learning things about myself, putting hella pressure and saying, oh, you have to do this, even if it's just me to myself. The soft life, everybody's like, soft life. The soft life that I've wanted, desired, and asked for doesn't include obligation. It doesn't include me forcing myself to do a damn thing. Showing up is different, right? Being accountable is different. But like my therapist said, I'm gonna move to the jazz that is my intuitive self and my intentional self. Because, there's no one thing, there's no one way to exist properly in this world. But to choose to do so daily is where the magic lies. It's where the music is. So, be your own orchestra, y'all. Be your own band or instrument. And with that, I leave you. I hope you have a wonderful week. Let the eclipse season help you evolve as a phoenix, right? Burn the ashes of the things that do not belong in your psyche, in relationships, like across the board, right? Holistically. Do not forget that you are magic. No te olvides que eres magia. 𝘵𝘩𝘢𝘵𝘦𝘮𝑗. Have a great week, y'all. And I will hear from y'all, or you'll hear from me next week. Are you interested in unlimiting your healing journey? If so, please check out 𝘲𝑗_lyszflo.com, also in the show notes. If you want to begin your crystal collection, need a tarot reading for spiritual guidance, or a natal chart reading, the dates open up in next week, July 8th. So if you are interested in any of those things, we got decks, incense, sage, all of the things. Check out 𝘲𝑗_lyszflo.com and reconnect to your inner healing. Hey y'all, if you have not realized, I am using Anchor. I've been rocking with it for a while. It is now made by Spotify, and it's super cool because you can do it from your phone, from your computer, on their app or their website, and you can create ads to make money, subscriptions, etc., and it's free. And so if you've been waiting on getting your podcast on, Anchor might be the thing for you. You could get started today. Thank you for listening to the show. Check out our Patreon, the website in the show notes. Rate, review, and subscribe or share with the homie. And don't forget that you are magic. No te olvides que eres magia. 𝘵𝘩𝘢𝘵𝘪𝘭𝘭𝘯𝘦. Take care and see you next week.